Okay, so let's talk about the main components of virtual machine. So we have six components when we talk about a virtual machine. The first one is the hypervisor. What is the hypervisor? The hypervisor is the main component because it's enabled virtualization in itself. Hypervisor is also the one managing and allocating physical resources like the CPU, the RAM, and the storage to each virtual machine. All right, and we have two type of hypervisor. The type one, which is widely used in business, like Proxmox, that runs directly on physical hardware, and we have the type 2, which is the uh, hosted uh, version that runs on top of an existing operating system like virtual Oracle box. So that's it with the hypervisor. The next component is a virtual CPU. A virtual CPU is basically the processing power allocated to the virtual machine. So it enables a computer to execute tasks just like a physical processor would in a physical computer. The next one I want to talk about is the virtual memory. So the virtual memory is the part or a portion of the host, or let's say the physical host memory allocated to the virtual machine. So it make it possible for the virtual machine to run tasks and application and to function properly. The next one, well, we have the virtual storage, just like the SSD and the HDD in a physical computer will store application data and the operating system. The virtual storage also do the same thing. It stores application, the operating system, certain task and data that the virtual machine needs in order to function properly. So the next one we have the virtual network interface card. The virtual network interface card is the one that enables communication within the virtual environment and also outside the virtual environment. Within a virtual environment with virtual machines, so it enables communication with other virtual machine within the virtual environment and also outside the virtual environment, which is the internet. All right, so the network interface card enables communication within the virtual environment and also outside the virtual environment. And then is the virtual operating system, which is the guest OS. So that's the operating system installed on the virtual machine like Windows and Linux. So now I'm going to talk about the implication in the business setting. So to talk about that, I'm going to take an example like the global company we all know, eBay. eBay is a global online where we can sell and buy things. So I'm going to take that to illustrate the importance of using virtualization in the business setting. So the first one is how, like a company like eBay, use virtualization to improve its day-to-day operations. So the first one, eBay can use virtualization to handle and to scale in periods of high demand. So what do I mean by that? In periods of high demands like promotions and holidays, instead of buying new pieces of hardware, eBay can utilize virtualization and spin up resources of existing virtual machine and also add more virtual machine to handle the the increased traffic. So that enables the computer that's enabled a company like eBay to not to adapt and also scale and and to adapt and meet the demand um, on when it comes to um, periods of high demands. So that's the first step, scalability. A company like Quebec can utilize virtualization to adapt and meet the demand in period of high demands. And the second one is on resources, effective resources utilization. So a company like eBay can use one single piece of hardware and run multiple services on it, like web services and payment systems, databases within the same physical infrastructure. So that enables a company to not to just to reduce uh, costs and save on expenses like energy, cooling, because of instead of buying physical um, hardware that costs a lot of money, they can buy one single piece of hardware and then you and then install multiple virtual machine on it and save on cost and save on overall cost and improve their business day-to-day operations. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.